All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Teaching with Minecraft Education Edition. Now, before we begin, I do just have a few slides to go through. So first off, we are in what's called a Microsoft Teams live event. So what that means is you will not have access to unmute your microphone or enable your camera. However, if you do have any questions throughout today's session, you can utilize the Q&A option. It's open and available to you right now. You can see it in the top right corner of your screen. It will look like a message bubble with a question mark. Once selected, you will open up a screen very similar to mine, where you can go down to the bottom to the Ask a Question box, type out your question, and then send it to us live in real time. Now we also have some specific meeting controls when it comes to a live event. So the first one being play or pause the event. So at any time today, if you do need to step away, grab some water, coffee, use the restroom, whatever it may be, you can pause this session live in real time. Then when you get back, you can hit that button once more and it will pick up right where you left off. We also have the change the volume icon here. This works in conjunction with your computer volume. So if I sound a little bit quiet on your end or a little bit too loud, you can adjust the volume here. We also have the CC button, which will allow you to enable closed captions for this live session. We have the settings gear, which will allow you to curate some of those settings for your captions. And finally, the double arrow will just allow you to go to full screen. I want to introduce myself, put a face to the name and a face to the voice. My name is Kelly. I'm a Microsoft Training Associate. I will be the one conducting today's session. I also have Anne on the line with me. Anne is also a Microsoft Training Associate and will be acting as my moderator. So very active inside of the Q&A, ready to answer any questions and also provide support documentation when needed. Now, I just want to welcome you to our event today, as well as if you'd like to register for other great Microsoft 365 sessions on our website, you can do so at aka.ms/Chicago. Now, if you are in need of training for your team, we do offer private sessions for groups of 50 or more on a wide range of Microsoft 365 end user products. To schedule a meeting or to discuss options and even get a copy of our catalog of content, you can email our team, and I have the link inside of the Q&A for our education team, so you can always reach out to them if you have any questions regarding private sessions. All right, so I want to introduce the agenda for this training. So in today's session, we will cover Minecraft Education Edition. The game the game is about building virtual worlds through blocks. So our agenda will include discover the Minecraft Education Edition. We can find classroom resources. We can manage settings and worlds within Minecraft, classroom and accessibility settings, and then the review, assessment, and feedback tools. So what is Minecraft Education Edition? Minecraft is the best-selling game in history with more than 115 million monthly players. It was created in 2009 and a whole generation is familiar with the Minecraft game and the ecosystem. Now, there are basic mechanics of the game, including, maybe building blocks. Minecraft is played by 5-year-olds all the way up to 75-year-olds alike. Now, the Minecraft Education Edition is a special version of the game designed specifically for use in the classroom. It was developed in collaboration with teachers all over the world. It is a way to deliver content in an immersive and creative environment to really inspire students. If you don't know what Minecraft is, just ask a 9-year-old. So Minecraft is a game about breaking and placing blocks where players work together to create imaginative things. One of the most popular video games in history that transcends all platforms. So it can be played on a PC, it can be played on a console like an Xbox, and on your mobile phone. It also can be played alone as well as with friends in the same room and with other creators around the globe on community-run servers. All right, so the global impact of Minecraft Education Edition. So to start, I wanted to provide a quick overview of the state of Minecraft Education Edition. 35 million teachers and students are licensed in 115 countries. We have 500 lessons, curriculum, and build challenges that are available. 150 million Minecraft hour of code sessions since 2015, and 300 global Minecraft mentors in 70 countries. Now, there are over 500 lessons and build challenges available, across course subjects in our in-game library. Now, lessons can be searched by grades, subjects, or even educational standard. Most lessons come with a Minecraft template world, so teachers don't have to really know how or take the time to construct the 3D environment. Minecraft world templates include historic city, science labs, and many more depending on your subject. Now, students can also learn to code with a code builder feature that connects Minecraft to popular learn to code platforms. All right, now let's talk about a couple of the kind of core features built into Minecraft that will help you create an engaging virtual classroom. So we have what's called a programmable non-player character, or an NPC. You can place and script characters to provide information to students and give direction and links to web pages or reviews. So in this case, on this screen, we have the town guide. That is an NPC. That's just there so a student can walk up to it and utilize it and maybe get more information. There's also chalkboards. So you can place chalkboards in Minecraft to communicate, lesson information, learning goals. There's a camera that allows students to capture images of their work, and a portfolio, which will allow them to save photos taken in-game and add stories and captions. All right. Now we will not dive into, structure block today, but I wanted to share its existence for future reference. So in this case, this assessment structure block allows students to explore 3D images of their Minecraft creations and view it in mixed reality. So unfortunately, we don't have the resources to really demonstrate this inside of this kind of virtual mode, but we still like to share it just in case you're interested. All right. Now with that, we will go ahead and get into our live demonstration. Now the first thing I want to do here
Kelly,
Oh, I'm
I
so
can.
sorry. I was definitely muted. I apologize about that.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
good.
Thank you.
I'm muted to sneeze, and I guess I forgot to unmute. I apologize, everyone. So I went ahead and navigated to education.minecraft.net. I actually went ahead and posted that inside of the Q&A for you. Now, this will help you as an educator to really find those lesson plans, the worlds, different build challenges, and other classroom resources. So I actually want to touch on just a few of the pieces here that we see that can really help set you up for success. First off, we have the How It Works tab. Now, How It Works will give you two options for either discover and get started. So you can discover introductory information about why and how Minecraft education works and how it really engages your students. So, what is Minecraft, some of the impact as well as some news and stories. Now we also have Get Started here, and the one I like to highlight here is this download button. This will allow you to download the Minecraft Education Edition, which I recommend doing if this is something you're going to utilize inside of your classroom. Now we also have the Teach with Minecraft. This section here provides you with resources as well as a community. Now the resources are here. They're constantly updating and changing, and this will be covered in depth shortly. So we also have we have that resource section where we can see Get Trained. You can explore different lessons. This is where Hour of Code can come into play if your students are interested in learning code. And we also have a connection to esports. The community spot is for educators to connect with other educators that work with similar subjects or age groups and just to learn about how others are using the tools in their classroom. Up at the top, we also have a support option. You can get help and connect with the community by selecting this support link here. And then we also have the download button here if you would like to download the Minecraft Education Edition. And then finally, signing in. I recommend to sign in or create a profile, and that will allow you to save any favorite lessons, any content that you may want to refer back to. Now I'd like to take a deeper dive into our resources section. So what I'd like to do is go over to our Teach with Minecraft section. Now, what I want to start with here is this Get Trained. So Get Trained is cool because it is free training for educators to find resources. You can explore different trainings and just learn to play and teach with Minecraft. There are tons of resources here. So if I were to scroll down, I can see that there is a professional development for educators, right? So it actually provides you with, kind of these badges to get certified as a teacher in Minecraft. So we can see here we have the Minecraft 101, Let's Build Individually. The 201 course is Let's Modify Together. 301, Let's Build Worlds Together. And then finally, you will get your Minecraft Certified Teacher Badge. And you can also click the Start Minecraft Teacher Academy to begin that. I can also scroll down to see a Code with Minecraft section as I, would like to start kind of incorporating this for, any of my students. You can learn how to code with blocks, code with Python, so you can take it a step further, and the curriculum guide. And then we have that go further with Minecraft education with esports and a student ambassador. And also upcoming live events and trainings. So it says our community hosts live, free, interactive virtual events that are a great way to increase your Minecraft skills. Learn from expert trainers and collaborate with like-minded educators from around the world. And you can also see kind of what's upcoming with those training sessions. All right, perfect. I'm going to scroll back up to the top because I want to talk about our Teach with Minecraft again. We were just in that Get Trained, which I think is really beneficial for educators. It's just going to kind of further your knowledge of Minecraft and make you feel more confident as you start to use this inside of your classrooms. But we have the next piece here, which I think is important. A lot of people ask questions about this, and it is our Explore lessons. So if I go ahead and select on Explore Lessons, it brings us to our lessons page. So there are hundreds of lesson plans across subjects as well as starter kits that are tailored to specific classrooms. So if I start to scroll down here, I can actually see we have this section called Subject Kits. Now, you can select a classroom subject. You can view a lesson plan tailored to educators in the training. Now, each lesson will, provide detailed learning objectives, guiding ideas, also some suggested student activities, performance expectations, skills, and external resources if they're applicable. It will show how to share or assign a lesson. As well as downloading a world. To download a lesson world, you can, have that tailored to an audience, student, age range, and it will automatically import to your Minecraft Education Edition after you open the file. All right. So if I go ahead and let's select one of these starter packs. So maybe I'd like to do science. And if I go ahead and select this pack here, it actually will bring me into a section where I can then further by finding a subject kit by searching a keyword. So you can like search all of your resources and actually search up a keyword, or even do the advanced search, which will allow you to search and filter by ages, subjects, resources, and or standards. I'm going to scroll down here and I can see even these. Try these first. Minecraft can help you bring the science curriculum alive. So as I scroll through, I can see some of these here, which when I hover over their little card here, it actually provides you with some additional information. So if you notice, this is the Bridge Builders, and it says, can you win a bridge building competition? Well, if I hover over it, I can see the ages, or it might be the actual level like of grade, but it says 6 to 7, 8 to 10. And then some of the categories include math and economics, technology, and geography. This one here, renewable energy, introduce students to alternative energy resources. And you can see when I hover over, I get some of those additional resources. All right, so what I want to do is I'm actually going to go up to the top and I'm going to select advanced search, because I kind of want to go through and kind of sort things a little bit. And what I'd like to do is I am going to, let's see, maybe we'll do search by resource maybe. So we'll do world, and I can even pick a subject to filter this down. So math, science, world languages. I can even search it by age. I can do all ages. Oops. So I'm going to go back and select world here. So then when I select world, for example, you'll notice that you can filter through that just by a simple word. So I went with world, and I now have over 1,200 results that I can sort by A to Z. I can sort even further with those filters by, again, narrowing down the subject as well as the age range that I'm trying to connect with. So I can scroll through and just look at some of these to maybe, further that connection and then possibly use one of these. All right. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go back. So I'm going to go to Teach with Minecraft and explore those lessons. I'd like to use one of these, subject kits, so I'm just going to stick with science. Now, if I open this up, maybe I would like to try one of these first. So maybe this Bridge Builders looks kind of like what I'm looking for. So all I have to do is select on it. We'll give it a second. There we go. And when you select on a lesson, it actually pulls you to this separate page. Now what it does is it's going to walk you through, what's going to happen here, gives you an image of, kind of what the world will look like. And then I can scroll down and see the bridge builders. What is the learning objective? So can we design a bridge and convince others of its integrity and worth? The guiding ideas. Can I build a symmetrical bridge across the ravine? Can I justify the design and resources used? And can I produce promotional material to advertise my bridge? And then I can even drop this down and see, okay, the student activities. Students need to be organized into small groups of 3 to 4 of mixed ability in terms of Minecraft. Students need to decide what type of bridge they want to build and what materials they are likely to use, and may help to produce a sketch or a plan of the bridge before going online into Minecraft, so they all know what the bridge will look like before they begin building. The teacher can reinforce bridge vocabulary and content knowledge. Now we can see even the performance expectations, right? So we can see success criteria. I can contribute to the design of our bridge, and it just kind of lays everything out. The plan, the lesson plan itself is already built for you. Now, as we scroll through here, I can see we have these few buttons that I can share or assign. Now, sharing or assigning will allow me to, again, share or assign it to my students. So if this is the one I'd like to use or utilize, I can share this out with them. You can also download the world. Now, why would I want to download this? Well, downloading it will allow you to then open this up and actually see it inside of your own Minecraft Education Edition world. So this will allow you to actually go in there, see it live, play around with it, get familiar with the movements of Minecraft as we start to go throughout. So I'm actually going to go ahead and download this world for myself. Now, when I go ahead and download it, it will be up here in my downloads. And I do just simply want to open up the file. Now, when I select Open File, I actually already have the Minecraft Education Edition downloaded, which you could also download it from that website we were just on with the download button in the top right corner. I'm going to allow access. We'll give it just a second. All right. Now, I went ahead and downloaded the Building Bridges lesson, and then I also opened up that file. So what it's doing is it's actually importing my world currently. So we'll just give it a second. It's, talking to each other and trying to open up that file of the world that we selected. So we'll give it 1 second. Actually, while we wait, I will double check with Anne and just see if we have any questions so far about anything that I have covered.
We don't have any questions yet, Kelly.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Anne. As you can see, it's generating our world, it's loading our resources, and then I can see that our world import has finished. Now, I want to touch on gameplay. Whoops. So we have our gameplay here, and this is important because it will allow you to kind of move along and describe kind of the anatomy of our game screen. So if I press H on my keyboard, I will be able to see that I have the ability to see some of these additional like mouse icons, if you will. So what I'm going to do really quickly is just kind of adjust my own screen here. There we go. So now I can see here some of the commands that I have as I move throughout. Now the mouse icon that you see in the center, when I move my mouse around, it actually will move my specific view. You get the little plus sign in the center, which just kind of keeps you centered in line and in focus. And now I can move around. So how do I move forward? Well, we have the W key, as I can see by our show controls here. I can move forward. S is back. And then you have A that goes to the left, D to the right. I can hit the space bar just once as I move, and it will go ahead and kind of let me move throughout and jump, and I'm starting to use my mouse to kind of move my view. Perfect, right? Now, I can also fly by hitting the space bar twice. I can now move along and kind of fly through the air and maybe just take a look at, what my, specific educator has used, right? If let's say I'm a student, I'm able to go through this and just see what we're looking at. What is the overall concept that we're trying to do here? So now I can even double spacebar and it will drop me down. Now I can see that there are these chalkboards. Now these were provided as this lesson was built. So this will allow me to just go into it and read some of these, right? Anyone using potions will be out for 5 minutes. Which team will build the best bridge? Welcome to the bridge building challenge. And then I can see the American West. What is the best bridge you can build? Can you show off different structures? Let's see here. And then it says when your bridge is complete, use your camera to take a picture of it. It just provides them with some of that detail. And I apologize if you hear some weird noises. Those are the monsters that come out at night. They're making all some weird noises. There we go. All right, they're gone since it's daytime now, so I'll go back down. And it says form teams and then find a stretch of the ravine and build a bridge across it. Now, it also provided with some of the controls if my students weren't necessarily familiar with it, right? All right. Now, we also can mine using a left click on our mouse. So this is called mining, where I can mine down, and then I can also place using the right little clicker on my mouse. As you can see, I can kind of start to build this up. I also have inventory. If you look at the bottom of my screen, and if I use my little scroller on my mouse, I can actually go and select, maybe I want to use wood, right? Maybe I want to build my bridge out of wood. I absolutely can. And as simple as that, I can start to build. Now, you also have the E on your keyboard, which will get you to your inventory. Now, this is what you'd want to explain to your students of finding the best resource to build your bridge. This will give them the capability to look through everything that is, offered inside of this realm. And they can use, a brick wall. They could use oak. There's different types of stone. There's even glass. And those students can really pick and choose, exactly what tool or in this case like cobblestone for construction. I can add that into my inventory and then utilize it to build my bridge. All right. Now, I just like to highlight those controls, because it can be a little bit weird if you've never used Minecraft. But again, hitting H on your keyboard will allow you to show those controls and then also hide them if you feel confident and comfortable as you start to move throughout your world. Now, I would like to demonstrate how you can change, your character skins to personalize them. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to hit escape. Now, escape actually brings us to this page where I can see my, my avatar, if you will. I can see the how to play section. How to play will kind of walk you through some tutorials and some additional resources just to kind of help you throughout it. You can see settings as well as save and exit. Save and exit will let the user save and exit the game if maybe they're done building their bridge or you're done kind of interacting with the world. You can go ahead and just do a save and exit. Now, as a default here, you'll see my name populate and my avatar. Well, I can go ahead and select this clothes hanger here. And as a default, normally Minecraft will either be these two players here. And I believe it's Steve and Alex. Those are kind of the two main that we have here. And then I can go through and see Everyday Heroes skin pack, Friends skin pack, Developers skin pack, and there's all these different ones that I can choose from. So I can scroll through, I can hit the plus sign to see some additional ones. But in this case, I actually selected the astronaut. I think it looks pretty cool. And if I were to actually change it, I can go ahead and hit confirm. But in this case, I'm kind of keeping the one that I'm initially at. You'll notice as you move your mouse, your avatar will follow your mouse, which I think is kind of a fun little detail that they've added. So now I've changed my skin. It just will allow me to maybe customize the avatar to closely match maybe a personal identity or choose a skin that kind of fits the world that I'm in. All right, now I want to touch on the use game settings to personalize some gameplay. So on this screen here, after I picked my avatar skin, I will have this settings option. Now the settings option is cool because we can have different kind of pieces to kind of walk us through what we're looking at. So first off, accessibility. So Microsoft is really all about accessibility and ensuring every single, piece that we create can be accessible. So as the educator, you could go into the game settings and click accessibility. And we have some of these options here that are built into Minecraft today. So text-to-speech with device settings. So if someone uses text-to-speech, there's also text-to-speech for UI and text-to-speech for chat. I can enable those on or off if they're going to be helpful for a student or another educator. The text-to-speech, I can slow it down or speed it up. I can also enable open chat message. Now this is cool because I can chat with other people as we're live inside of this specific environment or lesson. You have a chat section that you can enable and then easily kind of type and have conversation. The text opacity, I could always turn it up if I would like it to be a little bit stronger and a little bit more opaque. We have the camera shake. As well as we have these show input hints. Now this will provide tips on the navigating menu. So I like this just because it provides a little bit more detail as someone were to start to go throughout this. All right, under accessibility, we have the how to play. Now I mentioned that this is really awesome if you are new to the Minecraft environment, but it's just going to let you know what's new as well as basics like the control, inventory, crafting, and as I scroll down, it's going to show me movement, breaking and placing blocks, sneaking around, right? So sneaking is incredibly useful in Minecraft. Sneaking keeps you from falling off of a block and hide your name tag. And then to sneak, you have to hold shift. I can look at those controls. You can see your health, the status of your health, remaining oxygen when you're underwater, your hunger level, all of that here. Your inventory, it will let you kind of walk through how to properly grab new items for your inventory, place blocks, and then crafting. Recipe books, crafting grid, it kind of provides you with all of that. Now what about education? For a world builder, if you'd like to build your own world, you can add permission blocks. So it says Minecraft Education Edition features several special blocks that make it easy for teachers to create and employ lessons. Only players with world builder ability can place and destroy these blocks. Only players with world builder ability are subject to restrictions imposed by these blocks. So you can allow or deny block controls where players can build in the world. There may be a border. That's another piece. So students can't walk outside and just go off and play Minecraft. It's kind of a fenced in or force field that will extend just to ensure that those students don't walk outside of the world that's being utilized for your lesson plan, which I love. I think that's a really cool feature that they added. So no one can leave kind of the central place where your lesson plan has been built. All right, we also have the chalkboards. So it says chalkboards are used to display text in the world. Those chalkboards can display more text, right? So we saw a few of those in our world that we're in currently. If I press on my right click on my mouse on an existing chalkboard, that will allow me to edit. So maybe as I start to go into this world that was technically a template, right? It was pre-built for me. Maybe I want to go in and edit some of the verbiage, make some edits to it, and just make it a little bit more cohesive for my class as they use it. There's chemistry, so students can simulate real-world chemistry by using the chemistry equipment blocks. Now, in this case, I'm using a build bridge kind of environment, so science isn't necessarily applicable in my world here, but just know if you are kind of utilizing something that is science-related, you can use chemistry equipment blocks that can be found in your inventory. There's also a search inside of your inventory if you're looking for a specific tool or resource. And then the NPC or non-player characters, they are non-player characters that can provide additional lesson information, hints, or instructions. And then only world builders can place, delete, name, or edit NPCs. And NPCs can execute commands and links to websites, and commands can be assigned to buttons in the NPC's dialog window, and website links will always have a button. So it's cool to just kind of have additional, NPCs around that may provide additional information depending on the lesson plan. All right, so I'm going to go back here, and we also have the controls like looking at your keyboard and mouse. So if your students are using computers to, work inside of Minecraft, you can see controller. You can also utilize like an Xbox controller that can Bluetooth to a laptop, as well as touch. It can be played on mobile, it can be played on a tablet, and they can actually utilize their touch screen. And then there's some additional resources like general for profile, as well as some add-ons, which are resource packs. So the resource and behavior packs have been added here since this was a lesson that was built out. Now I'm going to go back here because what I want to do is actually just hit save and exit because I want to explore the main menu and get you comfortable with utilizing Minecraft for education. So if I hit save and exit, it will, make sure that that's what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead, click save and exit. And now what's going to happen is it's actually going to bring us to our main menu. So we'll give it 1 second. May take a minute to load. And I guess while we wait, I'll check in with Anne one more time just to see if we have any questions so far, regarding some of those settings or anything that I've shown so far.
We don't have any questions. Thank you, Kelly.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Anne. All right, perfect. So I am now currently at the main menu. So you can see your main menu will have play. Play will allow you to select and, maybe pick a world that's already been built out, like my bridge one that I just have downloaded, opened, and started to work inside of. You can see new and featured, as well as settings, and even switch accounts. I'm actually going to select settings because I'd like to kind of demonstrate some additional settings that are available from your main menu. So if I go ahead and select settings here, one thing I like to showcase is I'm going to scroll down because if you notice, a lot of these settings are pretty similar to what we saw. Accessibility, how to play, your controls, general. One that's new to general is this global resources. If I select this, I can include different packs of the textures that can be used on blocks. This is advanced and will not be covered in this session. So as you can see, I have 1 active and I have 0 additional packs. Now I know when I play Minecraft, because I do play Minecraft on my own time and not in like an education realm, you can, have these different packs that could provide almost like a skin over your entire worlds to change kind of the texture and the overall look of the world. Now the standard kind of pack that you get, I think, is what a lot of students will be, familiar with. So it's totally okay. It's not essential, but we still like to touch on that you can include different packs to add different textures. There's storage, which is new. Storage will actually show the size and date of the worlds that have been uploaded to the client. So I can see my worlds and my worlds template. So if I select worlds templates, I can see that there was one, the Extinction Crisis map. I can also see all of my additional worlds, which is 6 items. So I can see kids and bees. This is from 622. This one here, this is 1121, which is the one that we're currently working in. And I have some additional, like a world that I created, and I can see what type of world they are, whether it's creative, which means your students won't take damage. They'll be able to just kind of freely be there, and they don't have to collect resources. They have access to everything, and they can build freely. Versus survival is more of you can take damage. There's, creatures that kind of roam in Minecraft. So we'll kind of touch on that shortly. All right, and then the final piece is going to be language. It is easily customized depending on the needs. So I'm currently in English. We have a few other, languages that a student could select and utilize or an educator can utilize. All right. So now that, we've kind of gone through, we looked at our settings, right? I'm going to go back here. We looked at our settings in the main menu as well as inside of a world. We also have, picked our avatar here. It's been customized. I chose the astronaut. I now want to look at where our Minecraft worlds are actually stored. Worlds are considered templates that can be modified to share with students as lesson plans. We explored the Minecraft or education.minecraft.net, where some of the worlds are offered with lesson ideas. And I just want to discuss how easy it is to select a pre-created world to get started on a lesson plan. So I'm going to click play here. Now we get kind of this back end view, and essentially here you can see I have the View My Worlds, which will allow me to view those 6 worlds I just previously saw under storage in our settings. So I saw all of my worlds that can be, uploaded, so I can view them at any time. Now I could also, if I go ahead and actually select that, you'll see here that I can, visibly see all of the worlds that I have. I can see the date and time, which I think is really awesome. Now we also can see that I have new world that I can select and build one out. If I go back here, I also can view the library. Now viewing a library will actually bring me to see those subject kits. So subject kits is another location for lessons plans that we saw on the website that we initially started in. And this will just allow me to see different education subjects, explore those lessons plans, and actually pull them directly here. There's also monthly build challenges that provide additional locations for challenges to be found. These are easy to implement activities for the classroom and explore we're going to explore some of them now by selecting. Now these constantly update and they change all the time depending on the time of year. You can see like this one has some snow as we move into winter here. But as I scroll through, I can pick one, or I can say, hey, everybody, I need you to go ahead and utilize one of these build challenges. Let me know when you finished. And it's just a fun way to incorporate a challenge in the middle of maybe the day as you're working with your students to just kind of have a break while also having a challenge on top of it, because Minecraft is something that they view as, being fun. They usually play after school, so it's just a nice way to integrate. I'm going to go back here. We also have starter worlds. These are a collection of pre-created worlds to help educators kind of get started creating lessons in the Minecraft Education Edition. Now, if I select this here, you can see we have biomes and build plates. And if I open up, let's say build plates, I can see that there's blocks of grass. There's a digital classroom, which I think is really cool. The 100 chart, as well as the starter town. So there's just 4 for these, but they're essentially pre-created build plates as a springboard to create your own lesson content. It provides you with a base that you can then build off of, add your, chalkboards, add your NPCs, and just really kind of build it up. We'll go back, and I want to look at biomes as well. So we can kind of see like a crimson forest, ice plains biome, jungle biome, and I can scroll through, and again, these will provide me with a foundation so then I can build up. And it says biomes are regions distinguished by unique geographical features, plants, and animals. So maybe I want to take one of these to focus on a specific lesson plan. I can absolutely do that here. And then finally in this section, let me go back here in our library, you'll have just that how to play. It's another location for an introductory experience to really learn how to use Minecraft Edition in the classroom. All right, now I want to quickly end on kind of showing you how to create a new world. So new worlds are great for custom create lessons and build challenges, or just to learn how to play Minecraft. So I'm actually going to go back here because we have the create new. We have the opportunity to join a world. If maybe another educator or student provides a code to you, you can absolutely join in on another one. Or import, very similar to what we did with our previous template that we opened up. You can import one to kind of access and get into that gameplay. Now, what I want to do is actually create new, because I would just like to showcase how easy it is to set this up for success. So I'm going to go ahead and select our create new. Now we have an option to select either from new, so I can create one from scratch, or I could use one of the templates. So what I want to do is the templates will again just provide you with a base that you can build off of. I'm actually going to build one completely, from scratch. So I'm going to click new. Now you can see here we have kind of a overview of what the world will look like. I want to give my world a name. So maybe it's going to be our, Biology 101 class, something simple. And maybe it's my AM set of students. So Biology 101 AM. The default game mode, we have two options. Survival mode will let the users search for their own resources. They can craft, they can pick up items. Users, however, are not able to fly. So that option I showed originally where you double click your spacebar and you're flying, that is not accessible inside of survival. This mode does include a health bar, a hunger bar, and experience. So you can take damage, you do need to eat. It's a little bit more of a challenging mode. We also have creative. Creative will give users unlimited resources. They'll let users destroy blocks instantly when mining and allow users to fly in the game. This mode will not include health, hunger, or experience, so they will not take any damage. I'm going to go ahead and select creative. There are different styles of difficulty. We have peaceful, easy, normal, and hard. Now, normal game mode will kind of have that mobs will spawn and, damage can happen if you are in a survival mode. But we're in creative, so this kind of doesn't fully matter. We can pick any of these because creative is just like a wandering experience inside of the world. They have endless resources, so it's totally up to you. If you were to create a survival mode, hard is definitely going to be very challenging compared to a peaceful survival, easy or normal. So you may just want to choose the permission level for the students when, they join that world. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with peaceful. And we can see, do I want to give them a starting map? I think this is helpful. They can view where they're at on the map. And then a bonus chest, this isn't fully connected to creative, but if you were in survival, you can add a bonus chest that starts them off with a few resources so they can begin their journey. So you can toggle that on or off. The world type is infinite. It also could be flat. Flat is locked to the creative game mode because the world is completely flat with no structures. Versus infinite, it is technically infinite, but it's 7 times larger than the Earth size and includes structures. So I like infinite. I think it provides some texture. There's also seed, a set of letters and numbers that identifies a world created by the game's world creation program, which means it allows everyone with the seed to experience the same world since the world generator will recreate the exact same results when the seed is entered. This is kind of cool. And then simulation distance, how far the game will load structures for the user to see. Maybe I want to heighten that so they can see a little bit more of the world as they go. And then we have, world options like show coordinates. I love to show coordinates so students can actually communicate like I'm at this coordinate, how far are you? They can meet at different coordinates. It's just kind of nice. And you can see TNT, a mob loot. This is all options that can, kind of be activated or not. There's different cheats. Like I always like to keep things daytime in a creative world, so it just stays daylight the whole time. You can see activate cheats. These are secret techniques that can help the player to do things like placing a block or spawn monsters or friendly creatures. A lot of students will be familiar with some of these. And I think we're all kind of good, right? Everything is kind of preset for us for the most part, but I just like to kind of, get that going. All right. So now what I want to do is I now can play my, specific world. I could also host this world, which will provide me with a code to share with maybe my students to kind of get into this specific world with me. But for now, I just want to click play. It's loading all my resources. It's setting up all of those settings that I've created. So what we're going to do here, give it 1 second to load in. And we won't spend too much time because I know we have about 10 minutes left. So I want to be respectful of your time, but we'll just give it 1 second to kind of load in here. All right. Sometimes it takes a minute. It's just loading all those blocks in. Perfect, it's generating my world. All right, awesome. So I'm now in this world that I created. So as I move along, I will be able to, and I actually spawned in a tree, which is kind of funny. So I can start to move forward. And now I'm inside of the world. Well, if I hit that space bar, you'll notice I can fly, right? It was a double space. And maybe I want to move towards these like mountains, right? I can slowly start to move along, kind of see the world being generated as I move closer. That's the cool thing about Minecraft is like as you move, you'll be able to see more and more of that texture, more of those blocks, and again, just really have that nice feel as you start to move throughout. All right, I'm going to do another double space and go up a little bit higher. And again, it's just giving you a feel for it. Now, remember that we have the ability to have our inventory up and available for us. So by selecting E, I am now able to see my inventory. Now I can see that there's a camera here if I want to include the item. There's also, let's see here, what about an NPC? Let's see if that will kind of populate. I can spawn an NPC. Now, if you remember, an NPC is a non-playing character that you can program as an educator to maybe provide some of that detail for your students. So I now can actually spawn an NPC. I looked up spawn NPC in my inventory. You get this kind of colorful egg that populates, and now it's in my inventory that I can now spawn. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and give me 1 second here. Let's do escape. So when I click enter, this will pull up our chat in command. This is that in kind of player chat that can be utilized. Now I can actually do a small command. It's called WB, so /WB. This command will open your world builder and allowing the player to use the spawn NPC to place and edit NPCs. So now, if I go here, I'll drop down. So now I did a right click on my mouse and I now can spawn these NPCs, which is pretty cool. So these are 3. When players want to interact with the NPC, like in a student's world, to turn off the actual command, because maybe I don't want to continue to add all these NPCs, I will need to hit enter to open up that chat and do another /WB to kind of close out of that world builder that I'm in. So now I have, these few NPCs here that, I can go in and, go through the process of working with these NPCs to maybe further that knowledge for my students. So I can click on the NPC. Oops, looks like it's struggling for me. Normally you'd be able to go in here and provide some detail. It looks like it's not loading for me. That's totally okay. But you will be able to pick and choose where the NPC is. The NPC will stay where you put them. So these 3, maybe not the best option to put all 3 of them together, but you can name your NPCs and they can display that dialogue, when they're interacted with. So if I click enter again, let me go into that world builder mode again. If I select, there we go, I can now name my NPC. I can change the look of my NPC and edit the dialogue. Hello and welcome to the lesson plan for Biology 101. We have a challenge for you. I can hit enter. We'll close out of that. And now if I go out of this and we'll go enter, get out of that world builder mode so I don't have to edit, that when a student walks up and they right click, they'll see Bob and they'll see hello and welcome to the lesson plan for Biology 101. We have a challenge for you. Now to edit those specific settings, again, you have to click enter and do the /WB, which will allow you to be in a world builder status. That's what you would have as the educator. So you can then do a right click on your specific NPCs, give them a name, edit their dialogue, and even change their appearance. There's also some advanced settings as well that you can utilize. But with that, I know that was a lot to cover. I want to check with Anne and see if we have any questions regarding this section before I actually give you guys some time back today.
No, Kelly, I think we're ready to wrap up. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to save and exit here to get back to my main page. And then we'll go ahead and just navigate back to my PowerPoint. Now today we kind of did a lot of different things, I guess, in this case. We discovered the Minecraft Education Edition and how to download, as well as go to that website for some resources. We found those classroom resources, and we also learned how to manage some settings and worlds within Minecraft. We touched on the classroom and accessibility settings that you have, and then the review assessment and feedback tools, something we don't fully cover in this session, but you can see we were able to add those NPCs, build out a world together, and that's where you can add a chalkboard and really build this out for success for your students. I just want to thank you all so much for coming today. I hope you learned something new and just feel a little bit more comfortable and confident with our Minecraft Education Edition. Just want to call out our education.minecraft.net website. Is definitely going to be a huge resource for you as you start to utilize Minecraft the Education Edition. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week and a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We will get started in just a couple of minutes, so if you'd like to grab water, coffee, use the restroom before we begin, now is your time, and we will get started in just a few minutes.